And a lot of it this is where it becomes difficult because I don't believe in blanket statements. I don't believe that X equals this, right? X equals this equation equals success because everybody has a different scenario. Dude, I got more acres than the average hunter to play around with just because of, where like the relationships that I've built over the years, the number of years I've been hunting, like what I've built with these landowners and things like that. Imagine now only having 20 acres to hunt, or like I've talked to plenty of guys throughout my podcasting time who only have 20 to 40 acres to hunt all year, right? Now imagine them trying to get done what I get done every year on 40 acres. You would have to be so tactical in your approach to that. You would have to know exactly when deer start to show up. You start messing around with that doe group and you're bumping this doe group going in and out like early season, you might as well not even hunt, because the second that doe group goes out, then you're just hoping a buck cruises through on accident. You know what I mean? And so it's almost like the smaller the property, the more observant you have to be from afar before you jump in and be extremely tactical with your approach on that. And that's when like wind matters more. Like I've been able to just cannonball into properties knowing that, you know what, if I go screw it up, I can go over to this other 120 acres over here and try again. And if I mess it up there, by the time I mess this up, then I can go back because it's been 3 or 4 days and things like that. And so that's helped. The other thing that's helped is having kids. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you this. My daughter was born in 12. My son was born in 15. And it didn't start clicking for me until 2016. Right. That's when I started having success. Now I had success and some understanding before that, but my kids kept me out of the woods. And so what did that mean? I had to observe from afar through trail camera pictures, through hunting observation stands, like not really knowing what was going on in my property and putting less pressure on the properties that I have access to. And guess what? I'm pressure too. We talk about that, right? Like I am part of the pressure.
Right.
And by me not being there and then waiting till the best times of the year to go in and hunt, like on my vacation, my rutcations and things like that, it's just led me to having more encounters with what I deem are shooter quality animals.
Yeah.
And it's just because of lack of pressure. And I'm not hunting 50 days a year like I was. I'm hunting 6, right? Or something like that. And that's a good thing.
Yeah, I have a couple of things to add to that too. I mean, I could obviously speak with that about my kids. We're out turkey hunting the other day or yesterday, and we have a doe walk in, and she's walking from the east, and she spots us, and she potentially wins us at some point, and she gets into about that 30-yard range, and she just does her little stomp, and then she heads into the woods to the south of us, and she's still downwind of us, and then all of a sudden, 6 other deer bolt out of the woods. They take off. This doe, I mean, she had to have been probably mama doe of this whole herd or just that one alpha doe that you need to get rid of. She blew for at least 15 minutes, and just blew and just blew and just blew. And, so like hunting those doe groups, I mean, you can put that pressure on where you can push those does around too, and then you're not hunting anything. Now, I've seen where some of these properties, every property is a little bit different, and having that, I used to have 10 to 12 different properties I could bounce around to. So I could do the same thing. I could go in, I could blow one up and then move to another one. And now, the people die and you lose permission and people rent them out. And now I'm down to probably 5 or less properties to hunt. And I'm probably more strategic because of that. Just with being busy with kids, but also with being able to identify things a little bit faster through all the errors that I've made.